Hi, you guys. So today we have a special episode. And Shay, what are we going to be talking about today?
So excited. We're going to be talking about the color wheel in fashion, of course. But yay. So we're going to jump right on into this because we have a lot to cover.
We do. And we're going to do another episode on this too.
Absolutely.
Because we want to teach y'all and we want to be very hands-on.
Yes, because we love interactive stuff.
Yeah, so we're coming with that one too.
So we showed the color wheel. Mo, tell us, what is the color wheel and why is it important in fashion?
So the color wheel is a circular, so y'all seen it, diagram, right? Circular diagram that organize colors based on their relationships. So primary colors are red, blue, and yellow. Secondary is green, orange, and purple. And tertiary colors are mixed from primary and secondary. So that's the color wheel. And it's very important in any form of art. And then they also have color analysis. And we're going to get into that as well. That's going to be another episode. But we're going to intertwine both of them and we're going to make it interactive. So we're going to just kind of give y'all the details, the facts on just the color wheel. We're just going to give you some information. Start you off, you know? Okay, so Shay, can you explain the difference between primary, secondary, and tertiary colors?
Yes. So primary colors, again, as Mo said, is red, blue, and yellow. Those are your colors that cannot be mixed. That's your foundation. They are the originals, the OGs, okay? Mm-hmm. You have your secondary colors, and that happens when you start mixing your two primaries. So red and blue is purple. Blue and yellow is green. Red and yellow is orange. Then you have your tertiary colors, and those are the in-between. So when you mix a primary with a secondary, you get colors like a red-orange, a blue-green, and a yellow-violet. So think of it like a family tree, you know? You have your primaries, that's the parents, the secondaries, that's the children, and the tertiaries, that are the grandchildren. That's how you break it down.
Yes.
Okay, so Mo, how can colors influence our emotions and perceptions in fashion?
Okay, so we did do an episode on this.
Yes, we did.
So I'm just gonna do some, because it's nothing wrong with a reminder. Look, repetition, right? So red, excitement, passion, and energy. Blue, calmness and trust. Yellow, happiness and optimism. I think I said that right.
Optimism.
Yeah. Okay, I said it right. Green is balance and nature. Black is sophistication and power. And white is purity and simplicity.
Yes.
So, yes. So that was right?
Yeah.
Okay, because sometimes I'll be hearing something else to be answering another question. Okay, so Shay, what are some examples of how specific colors convey different feelings in clothing?
And I think you did a great job on touching on colors and their emotions. And so, color is communication.
Yeah.
So before you speak, your outfit is already speaking, especially with the colors. And, so red, you have that signifying confidence, blue communicating trust, like you said. And, purple has historically been associated with royalty and creativity. So the goal is to dress intentionally and know what energy you're walking into with the room before you get there. And so,
I love that.
So, Mo, how can someone use the color wheel to choose colors for a balanced outfit?
This one was a good one. I love this question. So, balance. Pair a bold color with a contributory shade for a striking look. Look, I said that word. Accent pieces. So use one color as a main outfit and then use accessories for a pop. Layering, combine tertiary colors. And layering to add depth and entrance, and then prints and patterns. tertiary colors and patterns for a fun mix. And then it says opposite each other on color wheel, like green and orange and red and green. And then they added the tertiary colors as well. So they just paired tertiary colors, which is like different colors. But anyway, I mean, it's the third colors mixed together.
Yes.
So, yes. So, Shay, what mistakes should people avoid when selecting colors for their wardrobe? It's a good question.
It is a great question. And it's a tough one because we have our favorite colors, but just because we love that color does not mean it works well for us. And so that's why you have to do the color analysis or color theory and understanding your undertones and what works for you. Because you may buy this piece and say, but I love the color pink. It's just, but it's not looking great on me. That's because the color pink is not your color. So you have to really find colors that work well with you. So I would say that is like the biggest mistake that people make. And color analysis has been around for years, but it's really becoming very like trendy. And people are like, can you match me? Can you match me? Because it's something that I have studied in a class and I love doing it. But, it's a good tool to use to build your wardrobe.
Yeah, because it could be the layers of like a red. Like it don't have to, like even with lipstick, like some lipstick got blue in it, some, got more orange in it. So you want to find that one that has the color that complements your tone. So
yeah. And then another thing too is mixing metals. So I like to mix metals, but I do it in a very intentional way. So one metal has to lead the other. So if you're going to have gold and silver on, they can't have a balance. One has to lead the other. So if you're not great at mixing metals, I say stay away from that. Same thing with prints. You have to understand how to mix prints because they can go together.
Yeah.
But there's a method to the madness.
And I have a mixed print. Have you seen the outfit on what's that? And it took me, I was like, but because the colors was complementary and then the white. So the white on my shoes and the blue worked, so that's why I did it. If it had an opposite color, I wouldn't have did it. That's just how I saw that vision. But the colors are similar. It's green and yellow in both of the shoes. So the background is white on my shoes, and then the background on this one is like a navy blue. So that's how I was like, oh, it works. So yeah, just trying to give some examples so y'all can know what we're talking about.
So, Mo, how do current fashion trends relate to the color wheel?
So current fashion trends often reference the color wheel to create apparel combinations and styles. So, tertiary colors. Designer use opposite colors for striking contents, like pairing blue and orange. Analogous colors next to each other on the color wheel, blue, green, and teal, create a harmonious looks that are trendy. And then seasonal palettes. Trendy often reflect season colors, for example, warm tones in the fall and cool shades in the spring. And that's what I got. And then Shay is going to close us out. How can identifying find their personal color palette using the color wheel?
So I'm going to not go all the way into details because, again, we have a special episode coming up that will go into more details to show this. But you want to start with your undertones, and there's different methods on how to start with your undertones. And so one method is you hold a white piece of paper next to your face in natural light. And then a cream one, which makes your skin look more alive. So it tells you whether you run warm, cool, or neutral. And warm undertones is usually like golden, peachy, or olive skin. And are generally served by like earthy tones, warm neutrals, rich oranges, yellows, and olive greens. You have your cool undertones, which is more like pink, red, bluish. Your neutral undertones, they have the most flexibility because they can be pulled from both sides of the wheel depending on the depth and saturation of the color. And so then you build your accent colors from the analogous or complementary zones of the wheel that align with your undertone. Again, this is a lot of verbiage. So we're going to show this in real time so you can understand what we're saying. So your personal color palette should have range. So it should be light, medium, deep versions of your best colors. So you can dress for every context without starting from scratch. So color is one of the fastest way to build a signature. And yeah, so again, I know that was a lot of words, and we'll be sure to follow up with
lot of words. That's why
a lot of words like undertones and neutral color. Yeah, it's a lot. So
it's a lot, and then also too, if I got anything wrong, I'm gonna correct it. But it is a lot of words, and it's not easy to remember too. So we're gonna do that second episode so y'all are able to understand it. Also too, I'm gonna study for it because it is a lot. Like I know the colors, I know the tertiary colors and all that stuff, but it still goes in more depth to that. And it's a lot. It's a lot of layering. So we're gonna do color analysis. We're gonna do color theory. And then we're going to do the color wheel all together. So then we can kind of show you how we're intertwined. So it's going to be interactive. So the color analysis is going to be the main. So, yeah. So I wanted to say that.
And I'll say one more way to look at your undertones is your veins. That's actually the technique I like to use versus the white paper. Your veins will tell you what your undertones are. Everybody's veins are not the same color.
Yeah.
So please look at your veins, and that'll help you determine your undertone as well.
Look at the facts.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Shay.
Yeah. So, again, I said we had a lot to cover, and we had to concise that, but there's more to come. In the meantime, please follow us, subscribe, like, share, comment. And go check your undertones. What's your undertones? We want to hear, okay? So we can give y'all some tips. Give y'all some more tips, okay?
Yes. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.